Welcome, Todd Carter from Sport Sheets.
Hey, Chrystal.
Hi, Todd. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, great. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You know, I'm a huge fan of your products.
Well, thanks for having me. This is very exciting.
We like quality, and I know that Sport Sheets quality is always just 5 stars. Every time I've ever tried anything from you guys, it's always fabulous. I love the workmanship, the packaging. It's just perfect stuff. And I want to make sure our listeners know that we do have a link to your website from our blog. If you go to bettersexradio.net, you can see I put up a blog entry or article last night about sex in the shower and the doggy style strap. Would you describe to everybody what the doggy style strap looks like if they haven't seen one?
The doggy style strap is imagine a cummerbund that you wear, the guys would wear with a tuxedo. It's basically that width, and it's got adjustable straps on the sides, so it will work for any size woman, and it's a soft material that is really designed to, number one, make doggy-style sex easier, more fun. It's really the only way to get G-spot pressure and G-spot stimulation in the doggy-style position. And you get 3 different angles of penetration. The advantages are enormous for such a simple device.
I love that you guys made it a little bit longer recently, too, for big girls.
Absolutely. We really take feedback seriously from consumers, from retailers, from anyone. That's one of the advantages that we have. Over 90% of the products we make in the United States here in Orange County, California.
Is that right? I didn't even know that.
That is correct.
Made in America?
Made in America.
Wow, that's really unusual.
We're really proud of that, and it's what you mentioned earlier. It's about the quality. We need to be able to control the quality of the stitching and the product and what we make. We can't really leave that up to folks in another country.
Sure.
It's hard to be there. So we really take it seriously, and that's the advantage of if we get feedback from people about a product like the doggy style strap. Hey, it's just not quite big enough for us big girls. That was one of the comments we got right out of the way, and so we went over and said, hey, make it bigger. Tell us what you want better.
Yeah.
And so we had a better product on the market in 4 weeks.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because we didn't have a container full of stuff from China to get rid of first.
Yeah, for sure. Well, okay, so the doggy style strap, we do the pleasure parties here in the Bay Area, and we have so much fun with the doggy style strap during the pleasure party presentation. Kind of like you like to demo it at the trade shows and at Whiskey A Go-Go recently. I love those pictures. So basically what we do at our pleasure parties is when we get time to talk about the doggy style strap, we bring up one of our guests or maybe our hostess and one of her friends. And then we kind of figure out who's taller. We put the shorter person in front. And then we put the doggy style strap, which is kind of padded where it hits your hips and your tummy.
Yes.
And then it goes around their hips. Then we give the girl from behind the handles. She kind of puts her hand through the handles, and then the little girl in front, the shorter girl, bends over, and then her friend kind of, fully clothed in a real fun, kind of playful way, kind of does her doggy style with the strap, and everybody goes, oh, I get it. I want one.
It's that, I always tell people if you're not demoing it, you're not selling it, because it's, number one, it's a fun thing to demonstrate. It's a completely relatable position, and it solves problems. And I think one of the best attributes for me is the fact that when you do a doggy style, you tend to do it in the same position all the time, a 90-degree angle of penetration.
Right.
But with the doggy style strap, you can actually get 2 other angles of penetration. You can get a 45-degree angle up, a 45-degree angle down, and that always gets a big whoa from the crowd anytime you demo it, because it's just like, wow, you can really do that with this simple little device.
Well, and I think, too, when you can do more of the 45-degree angle, then you have a better shot of having a G-spot orgasm as well for the women.
Absolutely, and it's that little pullback when the pressure on the G-spot. And I got to give a shout-out to, HCCCA, because it was at an event in Vegas when we had a eureka moment. We were judging a doggy-style demo contest. And show me your best doggy-style demo that you do at your home parties. And somebody said, do you mind if we use another device? I'm like, sure, no problem. You show me how you do it.
Right.
And it was a silver bullet.
Oh.
They held the silver bullet in place with one hand, and I thought, that seems a little that's great, but we can do better than that.
Right.
So we created the hump, bump, and vibe that attaches to the doggy style strap with Velcro that not only increases that G-spot pressure and G-spot stimulation, it gives you clitoral stimulation at the same time by putting the bullet right in position to hit your clitoris.
Yep, perfect. We love it. Thanks for thinking of us, Todd.
Always. We always want to make the best product possible. And if there's a way to improve upon it, we will.
Yeah, you guys do. And I have to tell my listeners, you can go to blissconnection.com and just type in Doggie into the search box, and you'll see the doggy style strap there. And of course, you can always use the coupon code radio for 15% off. And Todd, before we take a break, I have just 1 minute, but I want to tell you the funniest use for your doggy style strap that I've ever heard of.
Tell me.
I did a co-ed pleasure party here in San Jose, and I was doing the demo, and later the guy his wife and he were hosting the party, he came upstairs where I have the store set up, and he said, I have to have one of those doggy style straps. And I was like, oh yeah, of course. He goes, no, you don't understand. I need two. And I go, okay. And he goes, yeah, one of them I'm going to use to strap my son to me when he's riding on the back of my Harley. He's only 7. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he was going to use it as a seat belt for, first of all, I'm like, should a 7-year-old be on the back of a Harley? That's my question.
Yeah, well, at least the doggy style strap will make it a little safer, right?
Yeah, so he was just going to wrap it around him and his son and strap him to him and to the bike. I'm like, oh, you got to write a letter to Sport Sheets and tell them how you're going to use this, how you're repurposing their doggy style strap.
Please do. I love hearing stories like that.
Well, cool. We'll be back in a moment from the break, and we're going to talk some more about sex in the shower and penetration station and beginner's bondage. Thank you, Todd. We're so excited to have you back on for a couple more minutes so we can talk some more about your fabulous products.
Awesome.
You're listening to Better Sex Radio on WSRadioSF.com.